Now, your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
76 degrees, the air temperature, dew point value coming in at 72. It's kind of a sticky start to the morning. We have a east-southeast wind right now. It's been kind of variable over the last few hours. I think we'll establish a more westerly flow. Aloft, the winds are westerly, and that's helping to just tunnel in the moisture across the region. The thing is that the little kicker in the atmosphere that we had around yesterday, a little trough of low pressure that excited all those showers just off the coastline, that's now lifted further to the north. So our rain chances have diminished somewhat. We still have to factor in that westerly wind flow aloft, the fact that we'll probably develop a little bit of a sea breeze starting around 10 o'clock, well, 10 o'clock. And at that point, we'll factor in a slight chance of a shower, perhaps 30% or so by the time we get to 9 o'clock. So we'll put the rain chance at about 30% between now and, say, 10, 11 o'clock. By noon, we'll reduce it to about 20%. We'll hold that 20% there as those focus for showers begins to shift into inland areas. And then we'll reduce it further as we head into the evening. We're just about done with showers, I think. So the long and short of it is, if you want the rainfall, you got to go up to the Big Bend region and the Panhandle today. That's where it'll be more consistent and a bigger problem, I think. For us, you know, I'm not going to say we won't see any showers. We saw some overnight. One actually produced some fairly decent rainfall around the Venice area, but that has now since dissipated and we're left with pretty quiet conditions. We have one little area of showery activity kind of lifting to the north, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised to watch it just kind of completely wash out before it ever makes it to Inglewood or Venice. And if it did make it there, it would be in the form of just a little bit of a light sprinkle. Otherwise, I think they had a pretty good shot at the kids at the bus stop this morning being rain-free. High pressure located in Gulf waters. Another area of high pressure centered out in the Atlantic. We're kind of sandwiched in between the two. And in between that, a little trough of low pressure and a deeper trough in the atmosphere located in the deep south. Now, over the next several days, what we're going to watch is this area of troughiness kind of lift out. And as it does so, these two high-pressure ridges kind of coalesce, and the center of the high-pressure ridge kind of lifts a little bit further to the north. That will kind of induce this southeasterly flow to become the dominant flow pattern over the state of Florida. And that's typical for this time of year. That's normally what we see about 75% of the time. That southeasterly wind flow colliding with our sea breezes, kicking off showers in inland areas, and then as the sea breeze collapses, they kind of drift back toward the coastline. So, west wind pattern again today. That means a slight chance at a coastal shower this morning, followed by the chances moving inland. But we have some drier air working its way in, and that means perhaps a little bit warmer temperatures as we reduce rain chances toward the end of the work week. There's the future cast showing maybe a shower along the coastline by around 7, 8 o'clock this morning, maybe one or two. And then everything kind of fades away as the sea breeze builds. We get a chance at a shower or two in inland areas by 3 p.m. And then as we head into the evening hours, everything kind of fades away. And we're left with a pretty nice night, I think, and pretty quiet conditions right along the immediate coastline. So the forecast kind of shaping up like this. If you're a boater today, expect the south wind switching southeast overnight, a little bit of a sea breeze in the afternoon right along the coastline, 2-foot seas, light chop, and of course we still have a red tide problem. The extended range forecast looks like this. We'll put in that 30% chance of showers. I think that's mostly confined to the next 3 or 4 hours, and then we can start reducing that rain chance a little bit. And then tomorrow, I think we'll start off with a slightly less rain chance at about 20%. Drier air starts to filter in. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if on Friday we don't even have any rainfall around, most of us anyway, and that might hold true on Saturday as well, as temperatures, of course, respond up into the lower 90s. And then slowly next week, we'll start to filter the moisture back in.